Lots of questions about who is going to be the next Minnesota Vikings head coach. So we put it out to you, the people, the Jeromes. We asked it. Poll question. Who's going to be the next Vikings head coach? Comment for other. Like if you wanted a head coach who is not listed, other. DeMeco Ryans, 54% of the 7,800 votes, the Jeromes who chimed in. Kevin O'Connell, 15%. Broke late. Got a little bit extra steam after that Jeremy Fowler report that Kevin O'Connell named to watch with Kwesi. Raheem Morris, 12%. Jim Harbaugh, 18%. A lot of the comments for other were, Dayball, Bieniemy. I don't know. It just seems like the Vikings aren't interested. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why. Maybe they know that Dayball is going to the Giants. Maybe the fact that Bieniemy was here. Again, familiarity can be a double-edged sword. So maybe the Wolves are just like, nah. But it seems weird, right? But whatever. But the next Vikings head coach probably going to get some clarity in the picture next week after the championship games, the dead week before the Super Bowl. Teams are still in. If the candidate is there, Vikings will probably get an in-person interview. Kwesi involved as well. And if they get knocked out, that's right, man. And Kwesi is not stupid, so he can't be stuck in his old ways because he literally has no ways. And I actually really love and respect that. But I will say that if Kwesi doesn't work out, the next GM is going to be a football lifer. Probably the son of a son of a son of a longtime football guy, a Bud Light swilling, dip chewing. That's just football. Yeah, screw analytics. Something like that. I don't know. But you look at the 4 offensive coaches remaining in the playoffs. All 4 of the head coaches have offensive background. 3 of them are in the young gun mold. Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, as well as Zach Taylor. And think of the last 2 head coaches that Kwesi has been involved with. Shanahan, 2019, his final year in San Francisco, they went to the Super Bowl. Probably should have won. If Jimmy G hits Emmanuel Sanders in stride, they win. But nah. And then Kevin Stefanski, even though the Browns imploded this year because of injuries and the Rona, they had double-digit wins last year and won a playoff game. You know how hard that is to do in Cleveland? So that's the mold he's looking at. Kyle Shanahan, Kevin Stefanski. And also, I think that Kwesi understands you have to build around your superstars. I think that he is going to be very cognizant about building around Justin Jefferson because, Jefferson's rookie deal is going to expire while Kwesi is general manager in all likelihood. So if you want to keep him here long term, as he becomes the best wide receiver in the game, he's there for in very short order. You got to keep him happy. So what is going to be the best thing for him? Likely an offensive-minded head coach that can have some stability and get him the friggin' ball, as well as the future quarterback, cater to them. Yeah, but DeMeco Ryans, I get why he's the favorite. I love him. Like, I would be fine with any of these choices, to be honest. Let's go look at the list. All right, so looking at the Vikings' first-round head coaching interviews, you can cross Kellen Moore off because he's probably going to go back to the Cowboys. So basically, you're looking at 5 guys. DeMeco Ryans, Jonathan Gannon, Todd Bowles, Kevin O'Connell, Raheem Morris. Where I like Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles would have made sense if Ryan Poles was hired, just given that Ryan Poles has a more traditional football background. But I just don't see Bowles and Kwesi like cinching up. I just don't see it. Where I don't know, like Bowles strikes me as an old school football guy, and I just think that he and Kwesi would be oil and water. Could be wrong for sure, but I just don't see it. But you could see a young guy like Jonathan Gannon or Kevin O'Connell or a youngish guy like Raheem Morris. He's only 45. DeMeco Ryans for sure is only 37. Yeah, you could see them meshing with a younger general manager like Kwesi. So yeah, I would be perfectly fine with DeMeco Ryans. Plus, you got to be cognizant of the Mike Tomlin angle, which the Wilfs have reportedly is like, oh, hey, you know that young charismatic defensive coordinator who was low on experience that we let get away and is one of the best coaches in football? Yeah, we can't miss on that again. The DeMeco Ryans, Mike Tomlin parallels are certainly there. Kevin O'Connell, if you want to get a little bit of something, some nice from the Sean McVay tree, you look how they use Cooper Kupp. Could they use Justin Jefferson that way? Could Kevin O'Connell help prop up Kirk Cousins the way they did Matthew Stafford this year? Sure. Raheem Morris, a very intriguing name. Like we said, he's still youngish at 45. I think he's grown a lot since Tampa Bay. I think there's a lot of deer in the headlights look at times in Tampa, but also he got a 10-win season out of Josh Freeman, man. Also, what's so interesting about Raheem is even though he's a defensive guy, he coached on the offensive side of the ball for a couple years in Atlanta. So that's intriguing. It certainly is. Harbaugh, Harbaugh's the wild card, where it seems like the Raiders are really dialed in on Josh McDaniels, even though thought that Harbaugh and the Raiders was going to be a thing. Vikings, I still say Harbaugh's like a 1% chance, but it's not zero. That's for sure. But like we said, it's going to be a big weekend for Vikings head coaching candidates. D'Amico Ryan's defense for the Niners plays Kevin O'Connell's offense for the Rams. Rams defense trying to shut down Jimmy G, the unstoppable Jimmy G, who scored 0 Goose Egg D'Angelo Russell offensive touchdowns against the Packers and still won last week. Oh, I love it, man. And I know recency bias, but recency bias is real. It is a real thing because the Wilfs, Kwesi, I mean, they're human too. And like, what do you want? You want them to have a bad performance and then get the job? Because then you'll just crucify them for like, well, why are you hiring the guy who did bad last week? All right, so that recency bias doesn't count. But if they do good, that's recency bias. Yeah, that's whatever. Hire the best dude. Hire the best leader. I'm fine with any of these four. D'Amico Ryan's still my guy. I'm really warming up to Kevin O'Connell. Kockam, let's go. Let's go, man. But your thoughts on our thoughts. We polled the Jeromes. Who's going to be the next Vikings head coach? These are the results. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.